Hello everybody, this is Dalpa, and we're back and if my heart had wings. Let's carry on. Thanks, you really think it's okay? It's cool, bro. Don't sweat it, it's fine. Kotori insists. That is true. I try. It's not easy. Then let us not hesitate to devour this tasty feast. I took care of the check as Kotori finished her food. Though there are only the pastries and tea between the two of us, the check was a pretty sizable amount. Regardless, the mille fiule was delicious! As I said this, the taste of the mille fiule seemed to flood into Kotori's mouth and cause her eyes to shine brightly. I wonder if it actually exists. Probably not. Nice to know though. As she spoke, her words came out wildly. She was completely overjoyed. Now what do you want to do? Shall we get out of Windy and go somewhere a little quieter? While glancing at the map, Kotori answered, sure, though she was evidently deep in thought. If you made the roof out of glass, the sunlight would flood from the sky. Sure. Interesting, thank you for telling me that. While Kotori was concentrating, I peeked up at the blue skies. Looking at this beautiful weather makes me want to go flying. A good thermal seems to be forming around those clouds over there. Yeah, okay, exciting. While I was thinking about the forming thermals, I noticed that Kotori was watching me. What's up? Looking at my charming good looks? Sure. Oh, thank you! You are more than kinda cool. I see, thanks. I'm looking forward to seeing tomorrow's test. So, has everyone got my gravestone ready? Is the funeral ready? Kotori bobbed her head enthusiastically. So, have you picked a place you want to go? Oh yeah, Kotori exclaimed as she looked back at the map. Game Center. Something before that? What is it? Kotori muttered, with some slight hesitation. Of course. Embarrassed, Kotori looked away, but as she spoke, I quickly turned Kotori's wheelchair around and pushed. Oh dear, grammar. Really? I really think it would look great on you. I want to see you get changed. Come on, let's go, Kotori. Before Kotori could change her mind, I rushed to the store. And that's how Kotori got changed that day. Nighttime. Hello. Agi was at Flying Fish Manor when we returned. Hey, why did you come back? You should hang out elsewhere on days when we don't have club meetings. Can you? Asa grew impatient and drew closer to Kotori. Tell me all the gossip. Kotori placed an important-looking bag on the table. Agia's eyes saw the brand logo on the bag and made an expression that said, "Oh my!" Agia tilted her head with a puzzled expression. Is that the dress? It doesn't look like a dress. Kotori's face beamed with a smile. I don't get it. It doesn't look like a dress, does it? For some reason, both Agia and Yuru looked at me. Right, I have to clean the bathrooms, so... Alright, I'll go clean the entranceway.
でね、映画の後カフェフラックスでミルフィーユ食べて。
It looked like a sporting top, didn't it? I left zipped out of the dining hall, leaving Kotori as she continued to excitedly retelling our date. See, this happened, and this happened. Aoi fell over, I fell over. The shop assistant dropped all our food at one point. It was amazing. Someone's phone's going. Oh, it's Kotori. Morning! Finally, today's the day. Hat.
おはよう、ハット。まだ早いから寝てていいわよ。
I'm up for that. I got out of bed and changed clothes. So Kotori's point of view again. I made my way over to my wheelchair, which was by my desk. Last night I pulled out my notebook, Isuka's notebook, and looked over it. Gonna fall asleep. From the day on I found this notebook, I began to gaze up at the sky. Even then, I had a vague yearning to fly. My name is Kotori, which also means small bird. Does it? Okay. I've had issues with my name since I was young. I joined a ballet group. Every day, I would practice jumping higher and higher, but it still wasn't flying. I became very irritated by fact. Okay. After the accident, when I lost the use of both my legs, this irritation became even stronger. I felt like a bird whose wings had been pulled off. Then I found this notebook. The notebook was actually a journal written by another girl trying to find a way to fly. The vague desire to fly turned into something much greater. I drew the silhouette of a large white wings across my chest. I wanted to try and fly too. I was a finch, I said. I read and reread this notebook as if it were a legendary tale. Was that the right type of grammar? That might have been the right type of grammar. Who knows? Time and time again. That's the only time I ever get mixed up. When the grammar's bad. Blur. That's what I think. I blinked weakly.
Kotori senpai, 起きてますか?
Can't you hear me snoring?
そろそろ起きないと遅刻しちゃいますよ。ええ、起きてるわ。すぐ行く。はーい。ハット、行ってくるわね。おりくー。
I keep skipping things by accident. Time to go to the runway, I'm guessing. Time to fly!
今日も暑くなりそうだな。
Looks like it. Actually, I don't know. It's a game. I don't know. I complained at the sun. The sky was clear with an occasional cloud and some wind.
いい？こっちが操縦桿で、これがラダー操作よ。間違えないでね。
I'll try.
こっちが操縦桿。こっちがラダー。
Are we still in Kochi's point of view? Kochi, with a meek expression, repeated the instructions. Shouldn't touch them until instructed, especially during takeoff. It's unbelievably dangerous. Yes, because you'll crash straight down into the floor. It'd actually be quite funny in a way. I was sitting behind Kotori, so I could only see the back of her head, but I think I could feel her nervousness. Amale stopped by. She took the day off and came here. Amale wanted not only to see the cockpit she designed in action, but also to watch the test flight, to see if any further modification needed to be made.
なーに、あまねちゃん。私今忙しいんだけど。緊張しているな。空は怖いぞ。
Her voice has definitely changed. Amale was in extremely high spirits.
そういう時は人という字を手にたくさん書いて飲むといいんだぞ。
Yeah, I don't get that, how that works. You're drinking a person? That's all I get. Kochi glares at me, Amane. Miane?
今気が立ってるからかうなら後にしてちょうだい。
Amane likes to get even by teasing people back. Back when Amane was scared of taking a test flight, Kotori, with the hand that she wrote the character for man all over, slapped her in the face. People are bad. Well, this is surprising for Amane.
そんな君にこれを貸 してやろう。
Then what? Amane held out the charm Kotori gave her the other day to protect against traffic accidents.
ありがとう、あまねちゃん。
What traffic will be in the sky? Asa, who worked the winch system, radioed.
よーし、じゃ飛びますか。
A date in the
コ
sky.
トリー、大空のデート楽しんできてね。
The second date. And the music stops. As they closed the canopy over us, I felt my nervousness grow. We checked everything one last time and made for takeoff. From the back seat, I tried to catch a glimpse of Kotori's mood. Heavy breathing, apparently. She sat there nervously, itching to do something. Do you remember the procedures for takeoff?
ちゃんとシミュレータで予習してきたわ。
Amane's simulation software had a procedure for takeoff and landings too. Kotori's problem was with her legs, not with her memory. I knew she was quite level-headed, and that she would remember all of the procedures. Okay, let's go. Time to die. I gave Agia the sign that we were ready. Agia then gave the final okay to Asa. This'll be fun. Time to crash and burn. And we're off. The glider that Kotori and I were riding ran down the runway. And into the sky. And... oh, there we go. In mere seconds, the enormous white wings spread open, and we left the ground to soar high in the sky. We had been properly disengaged from the tow line, but you should physically turn and confirm with your eyes. The winch that pulled the glider was attached to a long rope, which connected to the bottom of the glider by a hook. When the disengagement lever is pulled, the hook disconnects. If the glider does not properly disconnect from the hook, then a major accident can occur. The winch is designed to have the glider pass over it, at which point the hook will automatically disconnect from the winch. It's a system, but it isn't perfect. Uh-oh. Is it done?
平行策の離脱を確認。
Same image again. Kotori visually confirmed the falling parachute. Excellent! Takeoff was a success. For today, for starters, we're going to cover basic operation principles.
はい。
This'll be fun. I explained the glider's basic operations to Kotori. From normal turning to quick turns and important points therein. Maybe? For normal glider flight, there were few operations that needed to be remembered. The only complicated procedures are during takeoff and landing. After that, there were spins, stalls, and other steps necessary to avoid accidents. If you can't keep a level head, then you can't do the techniques. But for today, I just want to remind her to be cautious. Alright, give it a try.
はい。左旋回行きます。
Going left. Kotori squeezed the levers, which operated the yoke and the rudder. Relaxed, I keep a hand on the yoke. The glider banked to the left and started turning. We're sliding inwards. Apply more pressure to the rudder. Kotori was applying enough pressure, but it was a habit of mine to give a little more in this instance. Sliding inwards means that the nose is facing outwards of the side you are banking on. Just now the glider was banking left. When banking left, the nose should face left as you make the turn. If you don't keep the nose of the glider in the direction of travel, you will lose lift, and as a result your altitude will drop. Kotori pulled back the lever which operated the rudder. The nose of the plane faced inwards. When the glider gained, equilibrium, it smoothly sailed left. You can clearly see the yaw string. The yaw string is like the tail of a worm attached to the front of the canopy that shows the wind flow, or that thing in the middle. It is extremely simple but useful tool made from a length of woven wool. The yaw string is proof that the glider is turning left or right. With this single piece of thread, you can know whether the glider is slipping to the outside or inside of a turn. While turning, the yaw string should be spinning in perfect equilibrium. If the yaw string is curved, you apply pressure to the rudder in the opposite direction. Okay, let's turn counterclockwise.
Hi.
Didn't I already do that? While checking the yaw string, Kotori operated the yoke and rudder. The glider sailed left, this time turning smoothly in equilibrium. Lots of equilibrium. I hate trying to say that.
アイスを買ってきたのでどうぞ。
Ice cream!
おー、ヨルちゃん気が利くね。やったー、アイスだー。
What about the rest of us in the plane?
どう姉さん。まだ飛んでるよ、小鳥先輩。よくわからないけど、初めてじゃないみたいに上手。
Well, if they're doing really bad, they'd be crashing.
小鳥はすごいな。もう私よりうまいぞ。あの子、もともと運動神経はいいみたいだし、それにシミュレーターをかなりやり込んでたものね。知ってたんだ。偶然見ちゃっただけです。秘密基地でコソコソしてるから何してるのかと思って。努力してる姿を人に見せない小鳥先輩、かっけーです。単に張り切ってるのバレるのが恥ずかしかっただけだと思うけど、でも小鳥が努力家なのは間違いないわね。
Yeah. And back into the sky we go! Kotori's aviation training continued. Gradually, altitude was lost, though there was still plenty of space to fly. Kotori did a great job keeping altitude loss to a minimum. Well done, Kotori. Whee! Who said that? The glider for an instant glided unsteadily, without air. Ooh.
何？今の。
I think we hit a bird. It was probably a thermal. If we fly in those, we can go higher.
了解。
That's the goal. That's the strategy. Kotori flew the glider around and around, searching for good patches of air like they flew in before. Wah! Found one.
あった、サーマル。
What makes that noise? That was the heart of the thermal. When you find one of those, you should use as small of a turning radius as possible. Okay, boss. Kotori flew in a lazy figure-8 pattern as she searched for the heart of the thermal. Suddenly the glider gained altitude noticeably.
あった、あそこね。
Okay, here we go. Finding the heart, Kotori took the yoke and quickly tried to turn it. Whoa, whoa, whoa! The glider pivoted and turned in a deep banking angle. Ooh. As we turned sideways, we were assaulted with strong G-force. It felt as if all our blood went to one side. We could lose consciousness. Oh dear. When you're not controlling the glider, the unpredictable G-force can be a killer. Remember that when you're flying. When am I gonna fly? Hey, be more gentle when you're turning.
あ、ごめん。
I don't want to die yet. Kotori loosened up on the yoke. Gently banking the glider, the G-force became less aggressive.
今のダメだった？
Very bad. Let's look at the barometer. Which one's that? Oh dear. Even though the glider should be entering the thermal's heart, we're actually falling. When you bank deeply, you fall a lot more than usual. While checking the strength of the core, you should also try and find the perfect turning radius. Okay. If the turning radius is small and the banking is deep, the glider will lose altitude. Furthermore, to reascend, you have to find a strong thermal. It's ideal to banking somewhat deeply in the heart of a strong thermal. However, there are limitations. When that's not possible, you need to bank more shallowly to avoid losing too much altitude. God, a science lesson.
臨機応変ってことね。
Yes, but making a sharp turn in the core of a thermal is stupid. Even if you're in the heart of a strong upwind, the glider won't be carried upwards if you're banking too hard. Furthermore, the continuous G-force will quickly make you lose consciousness.
だって今すぐもっと高く飛びたいんだもん。
You can't rush. Kotori said this as if she really couldn't wait. Seriously, you are a daredevil, aren't you? Regardless, it was a good-looking turn.
本当？
Although we saw the yaw string, the glider was barely gliding. At first glance, it wouldn't seem like it, but in reality, it was a beautiful, perfectly balanced turn. Sure. Altitude loss was also kept at a minimum. You don't have to rush. It's better to climb slowly. Kotori replied merrily, then banked appropriately to take the glider higher.
くるくる回ってる。
Don't get dizzy.
サーマルを捕まえたのね。
おお、あんなに高く。見ているだけで怖いぞ。
初フライトで張り切りすぎじゃないかしら。ちょっと葵、聞こえる？
What, Agia?
上がりすぎじゃないの？
We found a great thermal. It's okay. We're following it.
ならいいけど、小鳥、あんまり無茶するんじゃないわよ。
Ooh. Like I said, it's fine.
わかった。
We're flying high into the sky. Kotori responded, concentrating on flying. She was completely absorbed in riding the thermal. I saw the scenery on the ground fading away and was honestly surprised. I have practically nothing left to teach. Oh, my poor little student. At this point, she's got all the basic procedures down practically perfectly. Yeah. To say she wasn't a quick learner would be a lie. No matter how many times you use the simulator, it's not the same as actually flying. But Kotori quickly came to trust her intuition and was able to find the unseen thermals and take the glider higher. Flying in a glider? No. The sense of flying in a glider might be the most amazing thing ever. Sure.
空が近づいてきた。
Kotori muttered while gazing out through the canopy. The glider steadily climbed higher. This thermal is a good, strong one. There's quite a bit of strong wind right now, so we should be careful. I explained as Kotori looked down.
こんなに高い。地上の景色が霞んで、なんだか現実の景色じゃないみたい。
Yeah. That's because we're twice as high up as the Tokyo Tower right now. Are we? Ooh. Right now our altitude is approximately 700 meters. It was a good thermal, and it was Kotori's first time at this height.
風車の丘ってあんな形してたのね。
Does it?
まるで三日月みたい。
Where are you looking? I don't know. Windmill Hill is almost directly below us. At this height, we had a nearly unbroken view. The hill ran semicircular alongside the lake. That shape stops the wind blowing across the sea. The force builds and runs up the hill, causing the windmills to turn. Scientific. The wind comes off the lake and stops where the half-moon lake ends. When that happens, the collective strength of the wind runs up the hill. The windmills were built there because of this phenomenon. Ah,
気持ちいいね。
the more you know. Kotori sighed softly, taking in the moment.
すごく自由な感じ。足のことなんて忘れちゃいそう。
Flying in the air, she has no need for her legs. Only in times like these does she truly seem to feel free. I knew it! It suits you to fly on your own, rather than to have someone else fly for you. Kotori thought about it a little before answering.
そうかも。私、小鳥って名前でしょ。小さい頃からなんとなくいつも空を見上げてたの。飛んでみたいなって思いながら、まさか叶うなんて思ってなかったけど。
Who knew? My name, well, my father named me. His hobby was photography. He would often take pictures of the sky. On the day I was born, the skies were were a bright blue, so he named me Aoi, or so he says.
へえ。じゃあここは葵くんの故郷みたいなもんだね。
What, so Aoi is for sky or something? I don't know. So we're kind of the same, in a way. We both smiled awkwardly after that embarrassing exchange. Now that you mention it, there was a clear blue sky on the day I heard how I got my name too. It had a special feel to it. Well, after that, I learned that the character for my name, Aoi, actually refers to a greenish blue colour. It kind of disappointed me.
空の上って気持ちいい。ずっと飛んでいられたらいいのに。
What about my name? I don't know. Being in the glider, unbound by gravity, soaring in the sky created an odd feeling. I saw Kotori's profile in the canopy as she gazed out, and I thought she looked like a being from a faraway place. That was negligent. Don't forget to always pay attention to the conditions and atmospheric pressure. If you don't, you'll fall. With a strong answer, Kotori gripped the yoke firmly. Firmly grasp it. Yes, tightly, in both hands.
こっち片付け完了しました。
Sorry about the mess. Anyway, I think I'm going to end it there then, guys. Thank you guys for watching. This has been Delver. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. Thank you again, and goodbye.